So growing up, I would always misquote certain items with my brother just for fun. And then I'd cover it up with, brothers are born for adversity. That means we're supposed to fight. He'd be like, no, that's not what that means. It's brothers are born for times of adversity. What do you think that means?
I mean, in the context of that quote, I think he was probably a little bit more accurate.
I'll never tell him that, though.
I think maybe it's getting after the thought process of having someone to have your back all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think some of the best times of having a brother is not necessarily just during adversity, but helping to grow and learn and build and further yourself in times of just mediocrity.
The friend when you don't need the friend. The one who's just there helping you forward a bit.
Yeah, I mean, maybe more so a way of just you're there to help build each other up and help each other succeed regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's where they're going with the quote a little bit more. It's somebody who's there for you, who's helping you get better. It's at least maybe that's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times. They're going to help you through the bad times, but they're also going to help you make the most of the good times.
And it's having that friend who's there. And in that case, the brother may not be the blood brother. It could be someone you've been in the trenches with. Someone who's put the time in with you, who just is there helping you out. The guy you see on the daily who tosses out a little bit of encouragement your way. Mm-hmm. That could be your brother in that situation.
And even if it's as simple as, you got something wrong with your car and you need help working on your car, right? Or, you broke down on the side of the road, you need somebody to give you a ride. Or, your wife threw you out, you need a couch to sleep on, It's just having somebody who's there. And maybe that's where the quote's going, Somebody who's there when you need them.
Yeah. Whenever you're going through maybe any kind of adversity, simple or real intense, someone who's there for you.
But I think it's equally as important that they're also someone who's there in the good times too. They're making the most of the good times too.
So we were joking about this earlier here. How many real friends does a guy actually need? How many real brothers do you really need? Can you put a number on it, or is there a minimum you gotta have?
I definitely don't. I definitely don't think there's a minimum, unless maybe one is a minimum.
The existence on the board.
Yeah.
I feel like a guy needs at least one.
You have to have at least one, but I definitely think there's a maximum number to that. There's absolutely a maximum, and I don't know what that number is, but it definitely exists because once there's so many people involved in any situation, the closeness, the personal accountability, if you have too many people, it's just it loses some of that personal touch. And I think for me that the answer is one. You got to have one. Two's better, but you got to have one.
Yep.
Because if you don't have somebody that you can call for anything, then you are really, really going to struggle in some areas of your life. You've got to have that guy that you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's going to be there regardless. Because if you're really alone if you don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you've got too many friends, you're not going to be able to build a relationship that warrants you calling them at 3 a.m. You can't invest in that relationship enough or build it up strong enough to have it to the place where you can pull that kind of a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships are built. And if you have too many of them, then you can't invest in all of them at the same time.
Mm-hmm. We only have so many hours in the day. Mm-hmm. And every time we're hanging out with someone or talking, texting, that's a little deposit. Mm-hmm. Before you make a 3 a.m. withdrawal, you have to have been able to spend time to qualify that. Hey, that's the kind of friendship we have.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful if you can call that guy, but it'd be really bad for you to be in a desperate moment of need and realize, there's not enough in that account for me to actually make this withdrawal. Now you're really in trouble because you spread yourself too thin.
Yeah. And I would go as far as to say as if you feel like you have 5 really close friends or 6, 7, whatever, they're probably not as close as you think they are. 3 or 4, sure. 6, 7, 8.
It's a little more difficult there.
You can't, there's not enough time. If you're a reasonable person who has a reasonable life, there's not enough time in the day or a year or 5 years for you to invest that amount of time in a relationship to get it to a level where you can trust that person with anything. And that's really what you're after, or what you should be after.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to have that with every single person you meet.
No, you don't.
There are friends who are just there for certain times of your life or just certain items. I have friends who are, they're only my work friends.
Right.
They're only there for work. They're not there for my personal life. I have the gym friends. They're only there for the gym. That's it. It's the end of the friendship. Then we have the real friends. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have lucky enough that maybe they're your blood, maybe they're not. Maybe you've known them for 20 plus years. Maybe you met them yesterday.
Yeah.
But how would you best describe the person in your mind? Mm-hmm. We each have a couple people I believe we're thinking of right here. Mm-hmm. What are the characteristics that they have that if someone doesn't have, the people that we are so blessed to have, what are the characteristics that they should be looking for, but really the characteristics they should have that would help draw and bring that friend to their life?
For me, the first thing that jumps out is you're looking for someone who's going to care about you and your needs instead of just about them. So a lot of times you get a surface level relationship. The other person is in that relationship for themselves. But when you get a relationship where the other person is willing to set aside their wants and desires to help you or to focus on you or XYZ, then I think that's what you're looking for. Someone who's not just in it for themselves, but they're in it because they care about you and they want you to see you succeed. And they're willing to make personal sacrifices of their own to see you succeed. And that's hard to get to because people aren't just going to do that overnight. You're not going to meet somebody yesterday who's willing to do, XYZ thing in the middle of the night, right? That takes time to build and to grow. And to find a relationship like that, you have to be looking for people who, aren't just in it for themselves,
Not
right?
just takers.
Yes.
Can't just be that.
But then you have to start investing in that relationship to make it to that point one day.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, that just doesn't happen overnight. So once you find that person, you got to start building that relationship. Because as much as it starts with a good person, that relationship grows into that good relationship. I think that's as critical as the person you find it with, right? Because our good friends wouldn't have done that for us on day one. Not because they're not good people, but just because we hadn't built that relationship to that level yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing you can do is find a good person who's not in it for themselves, and then do your best to invest and build that relationship to where it does get to that point.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm. Give them the opportunity to be a friend, but be the friend that you're looking
to
find.
Yes.
Truly try to see the person not just as they are, but the potential of who they could be.
Mm-hmm.
And help them see it and get there.
Yeah.
Because one really wonderful way for friendship to grow is through mutually fighting toward a new goal.
Yeah.
Even if it's each personal development. Hey, I'm working on my job and you're working on your house. Okay, these are vastly different.
Mm-hmm.
But we're both trying to invest in each other a little bit. Or we're both just trying to work things out. But that growth together, that really builds you close.
Yeah. I think some practical examples of that would be like, for example, if you and whoever, you and your friend that you're going out with or getting to know, you're building your relationship, right? If you guys go grab drinks or dinner or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and their immediate reaction is to make sure that they're splitting that bill evenly, that's probably a red flag, right?
Right. If that's their first go-to is, hey, I'm giving no more than 50%. No.
Yeah.
And you know what? In general, we're okay with splitting the bill. I mean, that's totally fine. We're just two dudes out having dinner. That's fine to split the bill.
Mm-hmm.
But if that is the first and only situation,
Yeah.
okay, this doesn't seem like a guy who wants to be giving some extra, who's going to go the extra mile.
Yeah.
Not every time, but if that's their first mentality of, look, I'm not here, I'm here for me.
Yeah.
All right, well, no, that's not what you want in a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
You want to, hey, we're here for each other.
I got you.
Yep.
That's what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to make sure that if you do, oh gosh, I don't have my wallet, your buddy's going to be like, gotcha, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's not now that you owe him.
Yes.
Your bro knows you're good. Now, are you going to get him on the next one? Absolutely.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But it's not about that.
Yeah. You're finding someone who's not just in it for themselves, and who's willing to invest in the relationship for more than just themselves. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what's a great one? Ask someone to help you move.
That's a big favor.
See who shows up then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell you, I've moved a lot in my life. And I don't ask a lot of people because that's a big favor to ask. But if you see who shows up to help you move, that will tell you who your close friends are, because they're not getting anything out of that. And that's a That's a good ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you work 2 to 6 hours with a guy lifting stuff, moving stuff around, and he gives you a pizza and a drink as a reward.
Yeah.
That was never about the pizza and the drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the moving one. That's always, I mean, even in Seinfeld, that's a joke of like, that's a big step in a man's friendship is, oh my gosh, you're helping him move?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those big ones.
Yeah, because eventually you'll get to the point where it's not a, well, he did this for me or I did this for me or keeping score. It's they need help. I'm going to help them. Mm-hmm. But when that relationship first starts, especially if they're not the kind of friend that you're looking for, that mentality is going to be, well, I need him to do this, so I'll help him here, but then I need him to do this or whatever, or, I can't help you move, but, maybe I can help you unpack or whatever, like I can't quite do that, right?
Sure.
You gotta,
there's different friends for different circumstances.
Yeah.
And different people. Not everyone actually wants to be that friend with you.
No. And you shouldn't want everyone to.
No.
You shouldn't be searching for everyone to be that friend.
But really, when you find them, though, these people are priceless.
Yeah. They really are once in a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And that, if you've got one or two, keep them around, man. Mm-hmm. Do not let that go, because, like we've said, those type of relationships are built, and you're throwing away a lot of years to get that, back. Mm-hmm. You're throwing a lot of that away if you let that relationship go. You think about high school friends or whatever, like, you only have one shot at having a high school friend in your 30s or your 40s, right? You don't go back and make more high school friends. If you lose all the, and not to say that your high school friends are the ones you want to keep, but like, my point is, if you lose those friends, you can't go back and make more. That period of your life of investing in someone else is over. Mm-hmm. So you got to start over. Not to say that, you should hang on to a relationship just for the extent of keeping it going. But
there is something to be said about commitment in time.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about it. Is it the end all be all? No. But could there be something there? Sure.
Yeah. Because, yes, if, you can't always make it work, right? Not all friends are meant to be that type of a person or that type of a friendship. But at the same time, if you're just now and starting to build that relationship a year or two in, and then this guy over here's got a relationship where he's known the other guy for 15 years, it's not the same. Mm-mm. And you can't buy those years back of building that relationship. Mm-hmm. So don't throw it in the trash for nothing, Mm-hmm.
And occasionally you're going to have an argument or a fight with your friend, but a wound from a friend, a wound from a true friend can be trusted.
Yeah.
Because a real friend is only going to wound you if he knows he's helping you. And that's not like he's going to betray you. That's more like, hey, let's do the super silliest example here. Bro, you need to lose a few pounds. All right? No one likes to hear it. It's super goofy. But why? Because he cares about you. Yeah. Hey, let's, we gotta hit the gym. Something silly. Mm-hmm. It's a small item. Or he's also the guy who, if he sees you starting to veer off in a weird part of your life, whacks you back in the right area. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, come on. Hey, you're getting a little off cue here. Get back here.
Yep.
Why? Because we've been at this. We've been digging this road together for many years. Let's get back on here.
And that's not something you'll find in a surface level friendship. No one's going to address that difficult topic with you if they don't know you that well, or they're not dedicated to your relationship. If they don't feel secure in where you guys stand, they're not going to come to you and say, hey, look, man, like, you're doing XYZ thing, and it's, that's really not a good path to be going down. You need to readjust.
And we need those people who are close enough to us who can speak that truth into our life. Because let's say a stranger just walks up and says the same exact thing to me. I'm going to think the stranger is offensive. Yeah. I'm going to think they're just a mean person. My buddy says it. The dude who loves me, who knows what's best for me, who we fought together with, he says it. Oh, okay. You know what? There's probably some truth here. They both said the same message. But the one who I trust is my friend.
Yeah. And you won't get there by accident.
No, this is intentional.
You have to build that relationship over time. And you do that by investing in them, not just them investing in you.
And dudes, naturally, we don't really do this as often. And what I mean is, when's the last time a dude said, hey, you know what? I'm going to call up Frank. And Frank and I are doing dinner. Frank's like, what? Is everything okay? Yeah, everything. Frank, hey, let's just hang out, man. Let's go to dinner. Let's grab some wings. All right? It's not as natural for guys just to reach out and say, hey, I'm going to build a friendship today. You don't have to tell them that's what you're doing. Just, hey, let's hang out. Hey, I'm going to go work at something. I'm going to pick up something from Home Depot. Hey, come with me. Just spend some time together here. Build that friendship. Because it's in the car ride you guys become friends. It's in the store where it's like, I don't even know what this is. Well, good. You do? Oh, thank the Lord above. I don't even have a clue what I'm looking at. That just the time together helps build that friendship there.
Yeah. Because when you do get one, it is a fantastic feeling to know that you've got somebody who's got your back regardless. Knowing that if you need help tomorrow and you really need it, they're going to be there. Because if you don't, that's a hopeless place to be. Where you need help and you don't know who to call.
Yeah.
Because you know there's nobody coming.
Yeah, that's hopeless right there. Don't let yourself get to that place. And if you find yourself there due to possibly your own actions, maybe you've burnt a lot of bridges. Maybe you need to go beg for forgiveness, or you just need to start fresh. Either one of those, that's hard. Do not let yourself get alone. Because guys, when we're alone, we're not good. We are not the best versions of ourselves when we're all by ourselves in our mind with no outside influence. No, we need friends. We need guys to help push against us in the right direction and help point us in the right direction back forward.
If you want that friend to do it for you, you need to be that friend to that person. So if you want someone to help you at a moment's notice, you need to help them at a moment's notice. I've heard it said before, people always have that one person they can call. And if you don't have someone, you are that person. So if and that's maybe a little bit of a different topic, but if you're the person that people call when they need help, you're doing the right thing, because if they didn't feel confident in that relationship, they wouldn't call you.
Yep. And if that's a good relationship, you want your friends comfortable calling you.
Yeah.
You don't want them to hesitate in a moment of trouble, say, oh, I have no one to call. No, you do. You have someone to call. We've already talked about this. You know I'm here.
Yeah.
This is what we're supposed to do.
And I'm not talking about necessarily somebody just, hey, I need you know,
Yeah.
hey, I need $100 to make it through my rent, or hey, I need, you know, somebody to babysit my kids, or hey, I need, you know, all these continuous frivolous needs. It's the, hey man, like my car broke down, you know, my wife's sick, XYZ thing.
I can't get the bad thoughts out.
I need somebody to run me to town to get, you know, a part. Like, can you give me a ride? Like, it's the, you know, stuff like that when you really need it. Be the person that someone can call, but build a relationship so you have somebody you can call.
Yeah. Build that brotherhood that you need. Take the time. It is worth the fight.
Yeah. And those little moments where you do have to sacrifice for that relationship will long pay out in the long run. If somebody calls you, be there. Because that relationship, that investment will pay itself out 10 times.
Yeah. Be there for each other. Men don't do this alone. We don't have to be alone. We're not designed to be alone. Fight for your brothers and go build those brothers. They're out there.
Yep.